Hello and welcome to Crypto News. Today is January 2nd, 2026, and the top cryptocurrency news is as follows, my dear audience. We will be covering some very important news, a little more attention at the beginning of today's episode, and we will be covering the cryptocurrency tax data that will be collected from 48 countries according to CARF 2027. What is this CARF, which we have seen in previous episodes of Crypto News? Crypto investors in 48 countries will start recording their cryptocurrency transactions for various logical purposes this year, as the long-awaited cryptocurrency-related framework is released worldwide. CARF, an international tax transparency framework developed by the OECD, officially comes into effect in 2027. It is a framework where cryptocurrency exchanges and other centralized entities will start recording every transaction and movement that takes place within their services, so that in 2027, through CARF, they can exchange this data globally from one country to another. However, the recording has started in 2026 so that in 2027 they can exchange this data when it comes into full force. Let me tell you that many of you may not have heard of CARF. You may have heard of DAC8, which is the EU regulations. Let me tell you that it is exactly the same thing as CARF. That is, EU countries from the beginning of 2026, that is, from yesterday, will start recording every movement that takes place within the blockchain of the stock exchanges, obviously, so that they can exchange information between EU countries. So the only difference that CARF has from DAC8 is that CARF is a framework for the whole world, while DAC8 is a framework for the EU. But their job is the same, to establish regulations so that everything's centralized. Entities can record your data so that by 2027 they can exchange this data between countries, both in the EU and internationally, to combat money laundering and more. Moving on to our countries, we will see Iran, which is moving forward with accepting cryptocurrency for weapons. The Iranian Ministry of Defense's Export Center has said it is ready to accept cryptocurrency payments in military arms contracts, according to the Financial Times. While Iran is already using cryptocurrency to evade Western sanctions, adoption is progressing for different reasons in each country. While Turkmenistan is legalizing cryptocurrency mining from January 1st, 2026 in a rare move, however, cryptocurrencies will not be used for payments and controls on the internet, and capital movements remain in place. Moving on from our countries, we will move on to Trust Wallet, which was disabled in Chrome because there is a bug again. The delayed release includes a feature that helps victims of the Christmas Day hack verify and submit compensation claims. As we know, 2,596 wallets have been legitimized. However, thanks to this tool, payment requests have exceeded 5,000, as we said in previous episodes. So they disabled it to fix this feature so that no one can make a refund request that is not even legal. Moving on to our coins, we will go to Sentiment. Sentiment is a tool that looks at the psychology of the market, but also for each cryptocurrency individually. Sentiment told us that since the beginning of 2026, there is one coin that has stood out, and that is Solana. Whales are buying Solana, but they are also buying coins through the Solana ecosystem, and he has made this a highlight in his presentation of what is happening now in early 2026. Going to the cryptocurrency market, we will see that Bitcoin is at $88,000, and let's go put the final nail in the fourth cycle of Bitcoin, which, as you know, has not been the case for years, and we will explain why in a moment. More specifically, Bitcoin closed 2025 lower than it started, marking the it fell for the first time in a year after the market share halving. Let's say halvings occur every 4 years, when mining rewards are cut in half and fewer new coins enter the market. Historically, this has led to a cycle of accumulation, a post-halving bull run that peaks, followed by a sharp correction and a multi-year bear market. Despite the fact that the last halving occurred in April 2024, Bitcoin is now trading down more than 30% from its all-time high of $126,080, which was hit on October 6th and ended the year lower than it started, according to data from CoinGecko. If we look at our first chart, we will notice that since 2014, we have had 3 green years, and then a bear market, then 3 green dots, and then a bear market, then 2 green dots. Instead of the third being the big top that everyone expected, it is red, and we can see that from this chart. The main reason for this, as we already know from the crypto news, is that money was not cut, and the economic cycle moved on to 2026. There, we hope that interest rates will drop a lot and money will be cut so that alt season will come. That wraps up the top news for crypto today, January 2nd, 2026. I'd like to remind you that the content you just watched is created for educational purposes only and should not be considered as investment advice, but rather as investment investment opinion. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and feel free to comment. Take care everyone, and have a good day.